Hi, and welcome back. My name is Courtney Johnson, and this is Welcome to Wellness. So, in my first video that I uploaded, I talked about my specialties, what I do in my practice, and then I promised to upload a new video of narcissism and to talk a little bit more about that. So, this is how to spot a narcissist. What I first want to talk about is narcissism in general. And so these are individuals who lack empathy, don't really care about anyone else. It's really just kind of their world. We're all just living in it. They are manipulative. And so they have little tips and tricks that they do that they've learned along the way of how to achieve their goals. And they'll do it by any means necessary, often to the detriment of you. And they have a fractured sense of identity and ego. So at the base of a lot of these individuals are people who are extremely insecure within themselves. And so that's why they need a lot of affirmation from other people to build themselves up, to make themselves feel better, and also to make themselves better than you. All right. And so recognizing that, we also need to recognize how a lot of us can fall victim and prey to individuals like this. And so it's often, if you have a trauma history yourself, so you have been through a traumatic experience that has left you having a fractured sense of self and identity, who you are, and how you view yourself, this is going to leave an opening for people to create that narrative for you, to control you through that. There are also a lot of people who grew up with narcissists as parents, as caregivers, as close relatives or friends, someone who had an immense impact on who you are as a human being. And so you find a narcissist, and it feels really familiar. And we're creatures of habit, so we really just repeat the same interactions and same behaviors and same relationships over and over in our lives until we figure out what's going on and we change it if we need to. So that is just two ways that we can really fall prey and victim to narcissists: growing up with them in the home or having a trauma history ourselves. And so now let's talk about how to actually spot a narcissist. First way to do that, recognize our own narcissistic abuse injury. Recognize our own wounds. And so if you find yourself not really being able to trust your own thoughts, your own emotions, or your own intuition, that gut instinct, if you find yourself constantly apologizing to others, whether or not it was your fault, and you have increased anxiety and depression in social situations and relationships, you probably have a narcissistic abuse wound. Okay. And so one surefire way to spot a narcissist in the wild is through gaslighting in conversation. So a surefire way, and a way that they know works almost all the time, is through gaslighting. And so this is their attempt to alter your sense of reality, to alter the way that you see how things are going and how you interpret those messages. It's really them chipping away at that intuition, at that gut instinct, making sure that you don't trust it and that you trust them. One way they do this is through deflection. If you find yourself in an argument, a fight, a discussion with someone, and all of a sudden you are apologizing to them when the argument started out with something they did wrong, you're probably arguing with the narcissist. And so their way of deflecting blame, placing it on you, making now the whole conversation be about you and what you've done wrong, their wrongdoings are never discussed, and they're certainly never resolved. So you will have these interactions over and over and over again, chipping away more and more and more at your intuition and at your gut instinct. And so this is the first step in recognizing toxic behavior and learning how to release those people from your life. It's by identifying the signs. So that first sign is what we just talked about. Gaslighting, how they affect and alter your sense of reality. And they do that through one way. One way is deflection. All right. So thank you for watching. This is Welcome to Wellness, How to Spot a Narcissist. I'll see you next week.